I just wanted to share that because it was like so heavy on my chest, and like I don't know, it just felt like maybe somebody else is going through the same shit I go through. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in faithfully and viewing my videos that I have up so far. So before I get into today's topic, I ask that you hit the subscribe button below if you have not already subscribed to my channel, which is a tragedy, and you should. So for today's video and today's topic, I am going to be doing a story time, but in this particular story time, it is about me and dealing with my anxiety. So yeah, let's just jump into it. A lot of people don't know that I have it. My mom has it. My older brother has it. It's not something that I share or I like to go around telling the whole world. Like, I just feel like it's anxiety. I feel like we all have it in some shape or form, but it's just a little severe more than others. So, let me tell you how I first figured out how I had anxiety. Back in like 2000, I want to say 2011 or no, maybe like 2014, yeah, or 13, one of those two. One day I was at work. I used to work at Home Depot back in that time. So, whew, shout out to Home Depot. But yeah, so I used to work at Home Depot back at that time. One day I just went to work regularly, it was like whatever. But before I was on my way to work, I woke up in like how do you say it, in the antsy state of mind. I wasn't even like feeling like myself, but it wasn't like a new feeling to me. So I just shook it off and I was just like, whatever, I have to go to work. Long story short, I get to work. Everything is kind of okay. I'm still feeling a little antsy, but I shake it off. So a couple of hours passed. It was like maybe like, I don't know, 9:30, 8:30, 10 the latest. And all of a sudden, I just was like really more antsy, like the antsy intensified. Like I couldn't catch my breath. My hands was like a little sweaty. I was shaking, this and that, and the third. And I was just like, damn, man, like what the fuck is this? Then like 5 minutes later or 5 seconds later, I couldn't breathe. Now that right there, I don't know about anybody else who deals with anxiety or has anxiety or just felt like you ever couldn't breathe. That sent me to panic 101. Like, I couldn't breathe. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. It felt like the world was closing in on me. And I just started to panic. And I remember, like, my friend of mine, a coworker that I used to work with there, she was like, what's going on? And I was like, bitch, I don't know, but don't panic. And I couldn't help it, but I panicked anyway, and I like started crying and this and that and the third. Fast forward, the ambulance came, this and that and the third, and I went to the hospital. Come to find out I was dehydrated, and I did have a panic attack. And oh yeah, I also found out that I had a mild condition of scoliosis, but we'll get into that another story time later. But yeah, so that was my first time ever finding out that I had anxiety. And when I told my mother all of this, she wants to tell me, "Oh yeah, it runs in the family." You couldn't have just told me that. Like what? Like I thought I was dying. Like I thought the world was closing in. So yeah, that was my first experience dealing with anxiety. Ever since 2013 or 14 when I first had it, it's been like on and off. So like within that year, I want to say it was like maybe two more anxiety attacks that I had, but I was able to catch them because I knew what the symptoms was and the signs and stuff like that. And yeah, I was able to like kind of like keep it calm without like it spreading like wildfire, but it still was scary. So the second severe one that I had for this year. Went through stuff and like her mom passed and stuff like that. And work was getting to me and like school and it was just a lot of stuff. So one day I went to work and I thought everything was okay, but that morning I kind of felt off. And that weekend, the weekend prior to going back to work, it was so exhausting because like I said, my friend's mom has passed away, and like I was just trying to help her, make her feel good, and etc. etc. So like I didn't really have time to grasp what was going on, how I was feeling. My main concern was just making sure she was okay. So I guess the weekend passed or whatever, and it was like Monday or Tuesday. I go back to work, and it was nice. This is like when spring was on the rise, and I get to work, everything's fine. I'm working with the kids. I was just like, cool, cool, cool. Then like a few minutes in, this is a new symptom too that I never experienced. But like a few minutes in, like it was hot, and I don't know if I was getting sweaty, but I just couldn't catch my breath again. Like I was like trying to sit in the corner, trying to catch my breath, trying not to think about it, trying to think about other stuff. But it wasn't working. It just kept intensifying, intensifying, intensifying. So I was sitting down while all of this was happening, and then my legs went numb and my hands went completely numb, and they started tingling, and I couldn't feel shit. So that's when I just broke down, started crying, and I was telling my coworkers, like, I can't feel my legs, I can't feel my hands, I don't know what's going on. So I went outside to catch some air. By the time the episode was over, I was exhausted, I was drained, I was tired, and I basically went home early. So yeah, so those are my experience with anxiety. Yes, I didn't know I had anxiety. Do I make a big deal out of it? No. I don't like to really share personal stuff like that, but I felt like, hey, it might help somebody out if I just explain how anxiety affects me. Yeah. How has it affect me? Now we can get into that. Anxiety is, oh man, I want to say it's like a light switch because it kind of turns on, turn off. But for me, it's kind of like I feel like within the years, it kind of got in worse, but not so worse because I could put a cap on it sometimes. But most of the time, I just go with it. Like day to day, dealing with anxiety is it's exhausting, man. Like I'm always in my head 24/7. I'm always doubting if I'm making the right move. Like half of the time I don't know if I'm making the right decisions. Like half of the time I'm really like having a panic attack inside of my head. It's like an out of body experience, and it's just awful. Like it's so bad to the point where like I have to take a minute out of the day sometimes, sit in the corner and close my eyes and count to 10 just to tell myself to calm down. So because I felt like it got so bad after I want to say after I graduated school, I went to therapy. And not a lot of people in my family know I go to therapy. But I go to therapy two times a week, and I've been going since 2016. Has it been helping? Hell yes. Like we're getting to the root of why I feel antsy and I always feel excited, but not the good excited. Why I always feel anxious and jumpy and this and that and third. And so far, this is only the first time out of since 2013 or 14 until now that I had a panic attack. Like in between those times, I didn't have any more like anxiety attacks. But yeah, so I go to therapy 2 times a day out of the week. It's cool, and I feel like that's another story time as well too. So I'll get into that maybe a few videos down the line and talk about how therapy is good for you and how the black community makes it seem like it's such a bad thing. But I feel like if I didn't go to therapy for my anxiety, it would have got worse. Like I don't know, just dealing with anxiety is just overwhelming. Like nobody really knows like how it is unless you go through it. Like I could go to school and take a test right now, and to anybody else it'd be like, oh, it's just a test, yada yada. To me, it's not just a test. It's a test that I'm overthinking. Like, did I put my whole full name on the first line? Did I put today's correct date? Oh my God, did I skip a question? Like that. Like it's so bad. Like I thought about at one point just telling my professors that, hey, is there like a specific time where I could take the test alone to like just take the test by myself without having everybody around me and all these thoughts? But Like I feel like that would be my anxiety defeating me. So I just take a breath, take a moment, and I just pray, sit to myself, and just be like, you can do this, and just relax. And I end up achieving what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, so testing gives me anxiety. Going into clothing store gives me anxiety. First dates, but I think that's with everybody. What else? Talking to people, or like when like out and I'm sitting down and I hear people whispering, it gives me anxiety. Um, what else? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just always in my head, and I don't really share a lot of personal stuff or what I'm going through with a lot of people, just my closest friends and some family. But anxiety, it just, yeah, it's just very exhausting, and like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it can take over your life if you let it. Like, you have your good days, you have your bad days, and then you have your days where you just shut down and you don't want to be bothered because you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know why you're feeling antsy. You don't even know why you're tired. You don't even know why you feel emotional. Like it's just a bit much. And like I know I said earlier, like in one of my videos, like I think in July or August or whatever. I think it was July though, in the beginning and June, that I wasn't feeling myself. It really was because like I was going through bad shit and my anxiety was at an all time high and I just didn't know how to deal with any of it. And it was just like the walls was closing in. I felt like I was being like a dark cloud for everyone, and I just wanted to stay by myself and let it pass. Like that's another thing. Overthinking and anxiety is just like overload. It's like having a computer and you have no more space and you're just trying to put more shit on top of it. I mean, just trying to put more shit in it and you know it's no more space and the computer's literally telling you no more space and you're just still stuffing shit in there. That's how my brain works. It's just like I can't never think of one logic solution. I'm thinking of 10 different ways a problem or a problem that's solved could go wrong or could go right. I'm thinking like, oh shit, when I'm on the train, did I leave my keys upstairs? Oh my god, I left my keys upstairs. What if nobody's home? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to wait outside. Oh god, everybody's gonna notice. Like that's how my brain works. It works so fast that sometimes it takes my body so long for it to catch up. And when it catches up, we're fucking exhausted. Like just so exhausted to the point where I don't want to do shit to take a nap. Like, yeah. So if you have anxiety or you're living with anxiety, like, man, this too shall pass and we shall get through it. But living with it is no joke. I just take it day by day and I just hope for the best. Some days you have good days, some days you don't. It is what it is. It comes and it goes. Definitely hereditary, I think. I think. I don't know. They say it stems from many things, but it's just like a learning experience, man. And so when a lot of people see me quiet and stuff like that, it's not because I'm not being antisocial or like trying to be mean or stuck up or anything. It's really because I'm thinking of 10 ways how to start a conversation with you and just instead of saying, hey, how you doing? Listen, I can't do that. My mind is like, oh my god, was my hair looking right? Did I stutter when I said hey? Like, shit like that. So like even when I make these YouTube videos, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like did I sit up straight? Did I get my point across? Am I talking too fast? Did I make sense? Like shit like that. So like this is kind of helping me. It helps me a lot. I didn't know I needed YouTube that much to help me deal with certain things that I try to keep hitting so well. But this is helping me step out of my comfort zone and helping me break free of my anxiety one day at a time. And it's just helping me face my fears. I feel like anxiety is just based on fears, and the only way to break that is by facing your fears. So here I am, facing my fears, letting you guys know about my personal beings of dealing with anxiety and how it's a daily struggle, but I'm get through it and you'll get through it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and get that off my mind because it was weighing so much on my mind. Like I put this video off like 3 times, and I hope I got my point across. I hope it wasn't like messy or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So if you have any tips or You know, if you're going through anxiety yourself as well and you do things to help deal with it, leave them alone. Let me know. Let's help each other out. And yeah, so give this videos a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And watch my other videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.